Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this episode. I just wanted to do something really quick concerning the Breonna Taylor case. Of course, everyone knows this year has been hashtag BLM, and people, specifically black folks, have been fighting for the rights from police brutality essentially since the police was formed. So there is a major update here. I just want to briefly speak about it. I'm going to be putting some screenshots up here. The police chief for the Louisville Metro Police Department, his name is Robert Schroeder, has issued a state of emergency for the city ahead of an anticipated decision from Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron. Again, it's noted that Daniel Cameron has not 100% decided what he's going to say, but as a preemptive measure, the police chief of Louisville has declared a state of emergency, and they've even been blocking off some of the metro places. In downtown Louisville, they have blockades already set up. This is really very heavy, but we'll just get to the meat of the matter. Essentially, what they're saying is they expect riots, and we presume, based on this decision making, that the Attorney General Daniel Cameron and whoever he picked for the grand jury probably are not going to prosecute the officers who are responsible for the death of Breonna Taylor over 6 months ago. And this is very telling because there are movements all across the country where conservative public officials at the city, district, and of course the state level, even with governors, are making movements to protect law enforcement, sheriffs, and police officers. Most notably here in the state of Florida, where I reside, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has proposed a measure that would basically give police autonomy for violent protesters. But of course, the gag to that is that those protesters are at the mercy of what the police deem to be violent and assault towards police officers. So let's just get into this very quickly here. I think it's worth noting that the civil suit has already been settled, as is national news. The estate of Breonna Taylor's family, has gotten a $12 million settlement. Now, that's just a civil suit against the city. The criminal charges against the officers and the police department obviously is still pending. Of course, there has been no date set. There has been no indictments as of yet, although, again, with this breaking news as of yesterday, September 21st, with the police chief preemptively saying, we're bracing for the worst case scenario. They probably know that those officers are not going to be charged. And speaking of those same officers, I also want to put up a screenshot here. One of the officers involved in the Breonna Taylor case, who was at the scene that did fire shots, Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, in fact, issued a letter to over 1,000 other police officers on the Louisville Sheriff Police Force. And I quote, he says, "You do not deserve to be in this position." In a 6-paragraph email, the position that allows Stucks to get in your face and yell, curse, and degrade you, throw bricks, bottles, and urine on you, and expect you to do nothing. It goes against everything we are taught in the academy. The position that if you make a mistake during one of the most stressful times in your career, the department and FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, who aren't cops and would piss their pants if they had to hold the line, go after you for your civil rights violations. Your civil rights mean nothing, but the criminal has total autonomy. We can see that there are lines being drawn in the sand here, and that it is indeed maybe leading to war. And I do not say these statements lightly. There is no way that officers can go into a home in error and kill an innocent sleeping victim and call the protesters who protest such actions afterwards, they are now the the criminals now, when it has been proven time and time again throughout recorded history in the court system that police officers are not being criminally charged. First of all, in many places they have qualified immunity, and second of all, the system is designed to protect them. They're essentially killing black bodies and getting paid to be put on administrative leave. And this is a huge issue. This police officer is drawing lines in the sand, basically saying this is good versus evil. Even Mattingly's attorney, whose name is Kent Wicker, has also confirmed the email. Again, it should be noted that Attorney General of Kentucky Daniel Cameron has not issued any indictments towards the officers, although with what I just told you before, it is expected. I do really expect there to be some type of decision soon. We should all be prepared. All of our brothers and sisters, regardless of your ethnicity, that are in the state of Kentucky and Louisville, and even those in solidarity across the nation, please, please, please take precautions, organize, make sure everybody's on the same page. The police officers are drawing lines in the sand. They're preemptively saying that we're expecting worst case scenario, although we know that over 93% of the protests nationwide since George Floyd was murdered by a police officer, Chauvin, we note that there has not really been true measures of justice. So we are really going to watch this very closely. Again, I urge everyone, even though we're all working hard, everyone is being adversely affected by this pandemic because of the lack of universal health care in this country. We're all very tired. We're suffering in a variety of ways, but I would urge you, if you are participating in protest of any measure concerning this case, please be mindful. Please watch out. If you are carrying, make sure that you're carrying according to the letter of the law. We will be following this closely. I believe that this could potentially lead to guerrilla warfare, especially in Louisville, because the community deserves to have justice. The family of Breona Taylor, her significant other, deserves justice. She 100% deserves justice. The officer should be tried and even potentially receive the death penalty for killing a unarmed, asleep citizen who in fact was a public servant as an EMT. There's no other way to look at this. And we can place the blame upon whoever issued the warrant in the first place, but it doesn't matter because the amount of shots that they fired and the fact that a no-knock warrant was even allowed under the letter of the law is an issue within itself, but we will address that at a later time. This is Juggy Savage. It's for BLJ Radio. You guys, if you like this video, please like it and please subscribe. I encourage any and all constructive criticism. You can follow me on Twitter at BLJ Radio, Facebook.com/BOJ Radio. I will be coming to you guys again with some more heat later on. And I hope that you all stay safe and continue to rage against the machine. I love you all, and I'll talk to you all later.